For a healthier and happier lifestyle, Red Jeep Tours is proud to bring you Living Better.
Brought to you by Gelato Granucci and Reverse Mortgage Works.
A healthier lifestyle lets you live a longer, happier life. I'm Lori Larson. Let's get started. Living Better, featuring Dr. Joseph Scherger, Eisenhower family physician and owner and medical director of Restore Health Disease Reversal.
The adrenal glands are really important, and they actually make 3 hormones I want to mention.
And featuring Chef David Horgan, creative executive chef at PS Underground.
Let me show you how to make a cauliflower crust for your pizza. It's delicious, comes out fantastic, and it's really easy to do.
Also featuring Alma Smith from Orange Theory Fitness, who will help you reach your fitness goals.
On a strength-focused workout, you want to do anywhere between 6 to 8 reps, and the last 2 need to feel challenging.
Enjoy your life, living better.
Welcome to Season 2 of Living Better.
Dr. Scherger, first of all, I love this book, and I was reading it, and you have a part in it about the insulin. Last time we talked about the thyroid gland, and how do adrenals tie in with our hormone health? I personally have had adrenal issues that I take supplements for, but tell me, how does it happen, and what can we do to help our adrenals?
Well, thank you, Lori. The adrenal glands are really important, and they actually make 3 hormones I want to mention, probably more than that for sure. But they're fleshy little glands that sit on top of our kidneys. So we each have 2 adrenal glands that are there. Now they make, I'm going to mention, they make cortisol, or people know it as cortisone. They make aldosterone, and they make norepinephrine. I'll mention aldosterone briefly. It's a very important hormone that regulates our blood pressure. Won't say anything more about that, but if you're making too much aldosterone, it's one of the unusual causes of high blood pressure. Norepinephrine is our stimulating hormone. It results in the making of epinephrine, which we think of for arousal, and we trigger out energy with norepinephrine. But the one that people think about with the adrenal fatigue is the cortisol or cortisone. And what happens is it's called the fight or flight hormone. And evolution, it's the one that let us hear a lion outside or a bear, jump up and save ourselves by either fighting or running away. It's ideally designed to help us deal with an acute stress. But what happens is if we live with chronic stress, if we have stress every day, like a stressful job or a stressful home environment, we're putting out cortisol every day, which the adrenal gland basically gets overwhelmed. And we call that adrenal fatigue. And so your cortisol levels that can be measured in the blood start to go down because you've essentially burned out your mechanism for handling stress, and you succumb to not only chronic stress, but chronic fatigue.
Looking for a safe and fun outdoor adventure? Then let Palm Springs world-famous Red Jeep Tours transport you to a desert wonderland. Choose from a variety of exciting adventures. Journey through the bones of the earth on our signature San Andreas Fault Tour at our private and exclusive Metate Ranch. Explore narrow-walled slot canyons, a natural palm oasis, and learn about local Native American culture. Red Jeep Tours, offering experiences that engage, educate, and entertain since 1988.
If you'd like to join thousands of people living better with the all-new lower-cost reverse or retirement mortgage, call Mark and Brian with Reverse Mortgage Works. We are local, licensed, certified professionals. Call to receive your free quote and learn about a retirement mortgage today.
Hi, I'm Jan, and welcome to Kitchen Kitchen. When you first walk in, you're going to notice the wonderful aroma of our gourmet coffees. Peruse the well-stocked shelves filled with those unique and hard-to-find items, and check out our wide selection of bakeware, barware, and barbecue, as well as our full line of quality cookware, cutlery, and gadgets galore. We also offer knife and scissor sharpening, so you can shop while we sharpen. Need a gift? We have it for everyone on your list, and even offer beautiful complimentary gift wrap. Follow me into the kitchen, where we hold the cooking classes and private events. You may even catch a demo of our best-selling gadgets, such as the square egg press, the pineapple slicer, the apple peeler, the electric rotato, and my personal favorite, the chopper. Stop by Kitchen Kitchen today. Family owned and operated for 3 generations since 1979. So come on into Kitchen Kitchen. Hope to see you soon.
What are the symptoms of adrenal fatigue?
Well, the main symptoms is lack of energy. And that not only is going to be in the cortisol, but also the norepinephrine. You've been just asking way too much of the gland. So it is a common cause of chronic fatigue. There are many causes of chronic fatigue or tiredness, but that is the main symptom.
What can someone do to help themselves recover from adrenal fatigue?
Well, stress reduction, stress management. You can't always get rid of stress, but you can change the way you react to stress.
Right.
You can realize the nature of the problem. You can measure the problem in your blood. You can identify the stressors and try to rebalance your life. Some people are just trying to do too much. They're trying to be super mom or super dad.
Right.
And they have to realize, I can't do it all. And that's so common today. People are trying to do too much.
If you find yourself either on the verge of tears all the time, or you can't really manage your emotions, a lot of times that's because you have adrenal fatigue. One of the things that I found was really helpful for me is to take one entire day of complete quiet without talking to anyone, without solving any problems, without going to work, and just really playing it down. And 24 hours of that, and it usually cures me.
Yes, I mean, people need to identify their major stressors. If it's at work, you got to talk to your boss or supervisor, see if you can adjust your work environment to not be so stressful. A lot of times the guilty party is you.
Exactly.
You're taking on too much. You say yes to everything. Yeah. So you rebalance and decrease the stress at work. If you've got a situation at home, you might need marriage counseling, you might need help with the children, you need something to reduce the stress. And you can actually not only see the change in the person's life, like I feel like I've rebalanced my life, is that those blood levels will get better.
So besides lifestyle changes, is there anything medically that can be done for adrenal fatigue?
Well, you may be on some adrenal hormone. You know, you can have adrenal failure. President Kennedy had that. It's called Addison's disease. And so that's a disease where it's autoimmune again, and it's caused by your adrenal glands basically shutting down. And so you can sometimes need adrenal hormones. There are also diseases in which you might have a tumor, benign or malignant, of your adrenal gland that's putting out way too much hormone. That's called Cushing's disease, for example, and you have body changes that reflect that. So our adrenal gland, like our other hormone glands, are quite complicated, and there are a list of various things that can go haywire. If you're having chronic fatigue or body changes, you're not well, see your doctor and get these hormones measured.
Well, that's great advice. So try the lifestyle changes. If that doesn't work, visit your doctor.
Correct.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Sugar.
You're
This
welcome,
was
Lori.
Very, very great information.
I look forward to moving on to the next gland with you.
Dave!
Hey, Lori.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Who likes pizza?
I know I do.
My favorite. But I can't eat it because it has so many carbs and it's processed from grains that I can't have. So do you have a solution for me today?
I do. Let me show you how to make a cauliflower crust for your pizza. It's delicious, comes out fantastic, and it's really easy to do. So what I did is I've got riced cauliflower here, and you can do it yourself. You can get a head of cauliflower, break it up, pulse it in the food processor till it's about, just about like this. Or you can, most of the time you can buy it in the grocery store already done. What I'm gonna do is start by cooking it in the oven just a little bit of pan spray so it doesn't stick to the pans. And then we're gonna divvy this up. This is 2 pounds. It's about 1 pound per crust. So I'm just gonna divvy this in half. That way we can make 2 crusts, and you and I can each have one that we can top the way we like.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Sounds good.
All right. So we're just gonna spread that out nice and flat, and then we're gonna throw it in a 375-degree oven for about 10-15 minutes till it's cooked, a little bit browned. Okay, so we baked our cauliflower rice at 375 for about 10 to 15 minutes in the oven, and it's cooled down a little bit, so we can just go ahead and dump it in the bowl. This is gonna be for 2 crusts.
Okay.
So
ready?
Yep, dump it all in there. There we go.
Now what, Dave?
Okay, so we've got the cauliflower rice. This is 2 pounds of rice because we're making 2 crusts. So it's 2 eggs for 1 pound of the rice and a half a cup of grated mozzarella cheese. But since we're doing double, there's 2 pounds, 4 eggs, and then 1 cup of mozzarella cheese that's been grated up nice and fine. And then the fun part, a couple pinches of salt, a couple pinches of pepper. And then this is about, I would say, a tablespoon, if not more. I kind of like to go heavy on the seasoning just because it's good.
Right.
A little dried Italian seasoning. Then we're just gonna mix it up, combine it really well. And then the fun part comes, we're gonna get our hands all messy.
All right, I love the fun part.
And then we're gonna form the crust.
Ooh. Dave, I noticed when you brought it out of the oven, you didn't have to wring it out. But if you steam it or boil it, after it's done and it cools, if you wring it out, it gets rid of the liquid?
Exactly, it gets all that extra moisture out. But since we roasted it in the oven, you really don't have to do that. So let's take our pans, one for each of us. I'm just gonna give it, there's a little parchment paper on here that's gonna help keep it from sticking and help with our cleanup. And just a little bit of olive oil spray. And now, we're just gonna divvy this up about half. So just kind of divvy it in half. You get the rest.
All right.
You wanna go ahead and do that?
Absolutely.
And then start pressing it into a circle. You wanna go about 1/4 of an inch thick. And as you push it out to the sides, what I like to do is just go around the edge and try to make, if you can, on the outer edge, just a little bit.
A lip.
A lip, exactly.
All right. So your goodies don't fall off?
Exactly. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is put these in the oven. I have a convection oven, so it blows air around in there, so I'm gonna put a couple of these down.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because otherwise the paper's gonna flop around and
I
it might ruin your crust until it sets. We're gonna bake these for about 10 minutes or so in a 425-degree oven. Then I'm gonna pull them out, add just a little sprinkling of cheese over the top and put them back in for just a few minutes. Then that cheese melts on there and it really helps it set. And then you'll end up with a really nice low-carb crust.
Great.
All right, let's put them in.
Restore Health Disease Reversal can help us to a healthier lifestyle.
Restore Health is a personalized health service that will help you get back to living better. We work closely with you to create a plan that best suits your goals and needs for a happier, healthier lifestyle. So when you choose to restore your health, give us a call.
Take control of your life with Restore Health.
Welcome to Gelato Granucci, the little shop with the big flavors.
Gelato Granucci's brilliant flavor designers combine only the finest quality ingredients to make unique flavors fresh every day. Flavors like Amarena Sour Cherry, Tiramisu, and Joshua Tree Coffee. We have gelato cakes, gelato cannoli, pops, and pints to go. Located on North Palm Canyon in downtown Palm Springs. Gelato Granucci. Come experience the art of gelato.
Hello, I'm Carlos King. My passion is designing fabulous homes. I work closely with my clients to achieve the look and feel that matches their vision. My greatest satisfaction is the wow factor when my clients see our finished project. Let me translate your dreams into a visual reality. Call me at 760-880-9987.
Welcome to Desert Outreach Synagogue, the voice of the valley. A place called home to anyone who needs one. place of incredible music, community, conversation, and connection. Come join us. You already belong.
All right, these came out really nicely. You can see that cheese kind of browned on there that I put in 5 minutes before it was done. So now all we have to do is top them, give them a quick bake, and we're ready to go.
All right.
What would you like to put on yours?
I'm going to start with pesto sauce.
Okay, I think I'll do tomato. So just do a thin layer of that. And you don't want to go too thick, otherwise it...
Soggy.
Yeah, you want it to get soggy or take too long to cook. And the one thing I've always learned about pizza is try to get it all the way out to the edge,
yes.
so you don't get a burnt edge.
Well, I thought it was so that you got flavor in every single bite.
Exactly. Well, that too.
I'm going to do chicken.
Okay, then I think I'll do shrimp.
And you didn't even have to cook those first, right?
No, they're just 16-20 shrimp, and I thin slice them horizontally so they'll cook really quickly.
And I'll do some olives.
Ooh, that looks nice. I think I'm going to do a little bit of red peppers.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do red peppers, too.
Go for it.
Because it's so pretty and colorful.
A little bit of mozzarella. There's Parmesan if you want.
I'm going to go no cheese on mine.
Okay. I also have these fresh basil leaves. I picked these out of my garden. I grew them.
Oh, perfect. I love it. That's great.
Perfect.
Nailed it.
Usually you garnish it after you bake it. This is a variety called pesto, actually.
I was going to ask. I've never seen this color. And also, do you eat the flowers or are they not edible?
Yeah, the whole thing's edible. But just a few leaves on there.
Yeah, really, really fragrant too.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It smells wonderful. Actually, you can put some on when you bake it and put on more afterwards if you like, just for a little extra freshness.
Right. I'll use the flowers for my garnish.
I kept the oven on 425, so let's go ahead and pop them in for just a few minutes till they're done. We'll keep an eye on them, and then we'll have some pizzas.
Great.
All right. Our pizzas have cooled down a bit. They're still kind of hot. So I'm going to set this over here, pardon me. There we go.
It looks so good.
They do. It smells amazing. All right, so I'm just going to... You want me to cut it, or would you like to do the honors?
Well, you can do yours, I can do mine.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Well, I wanted you to demonstrate. I don't want to do it wrong.
Just a nice even pressure.
Okay.
You can kind of tell when it goes all the way through.
Handy.
Perfect. And then, of course, if you don't have one of these, a nice chef knife does the exact same thing. Just give it a quick cut.
Okay.
All right, so let's put these on a plate and then take a bite. All right, let's go.
Okay.
That's good.
No, that's good.
Really? Here.
Oh, contest. Let's see whose is better. Wait, I need a palate cleanser. Do you have any
It's in your hand.
sorbet?
Who do you think's better?
I think mine.
Mine is.
Well, this is a fantastic way that everyone can make their own personal pizza. The whole family can pitch in.
Yeah, and you could make a whole bunch of the crust. Everybody can top it the way they want, and they can still be really low carb and keep it really healthy.
Way to go, Chef Dave.
Thank you.
Living Better thanks Red Jeep Tours by Desert Adventures for bringing closed captioning to the hearing impaired. Alma, I'm really interested in gaining more muscle. What is the best way to do that?
Lifting weights.
All right.
All right, so let's go ahead and pick anywhere between 8 to 10 reps. Today, pound weights rather. We're probably gonna do between 6 to 8 reps, which is usually for a strength-focused workout. If we were doing an endurance-focused workout, we would probably do a lot more reps.
I never know what size of weight to choose. How do I choose what side? If I'm going to do strength, if I'm really trying to build muscle, how do I choose what weight to
Great question.
work with?
So on a strength-focused workout, you want to do anywhere between 6 to 8 reps, and the last 2 need to feel challenging.
Okay, reps are the number of exercises that I do. Okay.
Yes, correct. Right. So today we're going to work on the show-off muscles, the biceps.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to do bicep curls. We're going to try to keep the elbows zipped in close to your sides. From here, you're going to flip the wrist, lift the dumbbells towards your shoulders. Nice and slow, bring them down. We're looking not to use any momentum to lift those dumbbells. Oftentimes we see people bring the dumbbells all the way back to be able to lift them.
Right.
So we're trying to isolate the bicep muscle by just making the movement from the elbow towards the shoulder.
So if I have to swing the weights, it may tell me that my weights are too heavy and I need to go down.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It means that you have to let your ego out the door and let your body tell you which are the appropriate weights. So that was for the bicep muscles.
So if we do 6 or 8 reps, and then it has to get really tired by the last couple for it to be the right weight?
That's right.
Okay.
So, you know, after you do the first round, if you think you can do 4 more reps, that's probably indicative that you can go up in weight. Now, notice, you have 8s, I have 10s. Perhaps the 10s will do that trick. Provide enough of the challenge, but not so much that you can barely even do 2.
So if I'm doing 6 to 8 reps, how many sets I
3,
do?
about 3.
Okay,
that's
so
what
I
we're
would
looking
do
for.
6 to 8 exercises 3 times.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. All right, so now we're going to move on to the triceps, which are the muscles in the back of your arms. We're going to do a hip hinge. So the dumbbells are by your side.
Okay.
Bring the hips back. Your back and neck are in line. Okay. Now lift them up and then kick them back. See, for me, these 10s are too much. I am not able to do a full range of motion.
Right.
So I'm going to let my ego out the door, pick up those 8s, bring them up.
And normally your biceps are bigger than your triceps, so you would use a heavier weight for your bicep than you would your tricep?
Correct.
So you're normal.
See, I'm already breaking a sweat, even with these 8s.
Bobby Botina's Mexican and American Grill, coming soon to the river in Rancho Mirage. Lunch, happy hour, dinner, and evening entertainment. Bobby Botina's, coming soon to the river in Rancho Mirage.
When you think of Palm Springs, you think of sunshine, palms, and beautiful backyard pools. Let Sunny Palm Pool Service take the worry out of maintaining the most important pool around, yours. Sunny Palm Pool Service offers concierge service for your pool or spa. Top quality and reliable maintenance and repairs. Sunny Palm Pool Service. We'll do the work. You do the relaxing. Call Rod at 760-333-4804.
If you'd like to join thousands of people living better with the all-new lower-cost reverse or retirement mortgage, call Mark and Brian with Reverse Mortgage Works. We are local, licensed, certified professionals. Call to receive your free quote and learn about a retirement mortgage today.
Looking for a safe and fun outdoor adventure? Then let Palm Springs world-famous Red Jeep Tours transport you to a desert wonderland. Choose from a variety of exciting adventures. Journey through the bones of the earth on our signature San Andreas Fall Tour at our private and exclusive Metate Ranch. Explore narrow-walled slot canyons, a natural palm oasis, and learn about local Native American culture. Red Jeep Tours, offering experiences that engage, educate, and entertain since 1988.
Now let's do shoulders. So for this particular exercise, I like the stagger stance because it reminds me not to arch my back. One thing that we want to keep in mind is navel towards your spine.
Now tell me why arching your back is bad.
You're loading your back.
Oh.
Where you really should be doing is using the shoulder muscles to make that movement, right? We don't want to load the spine.
So if I feel it in my lower back,
yes.
I'm doing it wrong.
If you're feeling in your lower back, you're arching your back, and so you're thinking of bringing that navel towards your back. The stagger stance usually helps with that rather than being feet.
Oh, yeah, I can tell a difference when I move my foot back and when it's...
Yes.
Great, I really like that. And then now for me, I always get this, or always confused, is back here Right? Or do you want it a little more forward?
Yes, you kind of want it at a 45-degree angle. That loads that shoulder less.
Gotcha. And then you...
Less stress on that shoulder.
Less stress on the shoulder.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Fantastic.
Because everyone wants good shoulders.
Of course. Let's turn those shoulders into boulders. Okay. I have one more exercise. It's called low rows. And again, we're going to go back to the hip hinge stance. So your feet about shoulder width apart. Bring the hips back. Let those dumbbells hang by your sides. You're going to lift one dumbbell towards your rib. Nice and slow on the way down. Now let's do the other one. We're trying to prevent the shoulders from moving. So it's just the arms. Pinch your shoulder blades as you bring that dumbbell back.
The benefit of this is we're
strong
working
back muscles.
Our back.
Latissimus dorsi.
Okay. And why would someone need a stronger back?
Well,
keeping those shoulders back?
Yes. Well, oftentimes we're always sitting down. So we're always in this crunch position. If you have stronger muscles, you're able, the natural tendency is to bring those shoulders back. Right? Neutral spine rather than collapse chest forward.
Right. And then over time, we're walking around like this.
Exactly.
Instead of like this.
Exactly. I have one more prop.
Ooh.
It's a medicine ball. And because it's fun to work out with people, and I feel like this is why Orange Theory is such an awesome program, because you get to be inspired, you work with other people.
Right.
Mind you, everybody is at their own fitness level, right? We have people as young as 14, as old as 82, all fitness levels. It just means that you do that particular movement that matches your fitness level.
Right.
Okay, so for today, you and I are going to be back to back. I'm going to pass you the ball to my right.
Okay.
And we're going to work on range of motion on your torso.
Ooh, I love this one. Working out with a friend is always fun.
And if you want to do it a little bit more challenging, you straighten up your arms.
Okay. That is more challenging.
Yes.
And you could really use any size or anything.
Absolutely. Obviously, the heavier the ball, the more difficult it is, and probably the more difficult it will be to keep those arms straight.
Like if you had a small dog.
Yes, I suppose so. Or a small kid.
A small kid.
Try to keep your arms as straight as you can.
I really like how you're using the sides of your core too in this one.
It's a torso rotation movement.
And it's always fun to work out with a friend.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, people at home may not have a medicine ball, so there are other options.
Okay.
We can substitute for cans, soup, jugs of water, or milk. It's really just about anything. The weights are just, we want to perfect the form first and then load it with weight. Because if we jump to do a particular exercise with weight, we run the risk of injuring ourselves.
I love it. Thank you so much for another amazing workout.